Hi there, my name's Coral Rumble and I like to write stories and poems. And so I thought it would be good if I could share with you one of my stories today. We don't see other people very much at the moment, do we? Because we're all in isolation. So I'm really pleased to have your company right now. Now I'm going to tell you a story from this book here called The Adventures of the Owl and the Pussycat. It's a story written by me but beautifully illustrated by Charlotte Cook, who happens to be my daughter. And in this story, the owl, the little boy, and the pussycat, the little girl, have a great adventure. It's a pretend adventure. So if you're a child who likes to dress up and pretend, I think you'll like the story. Now, here's a little key to the story. There's a map. Maps are exciting things. They lead us to places and we see all sorts of things as we journey. And these two have their own journey, but it's pretend. What's happened just before the story starts is this. Their mummy has read them a very old poem called The Owl and the Pussycat. And in that poem, the owl and the pussycat become friends and they get into a boat and they sail away onto the sea and have an adventure. And at the end of it, the little girl said to her brother, "Why don't we make a boat and pretend we have our own adventure? You be the owl and I'll be the pussycat." And her little brother said, "That's a great idea. Let's do it." And so they did. And they got a really big box and they made it into the boat. Do you want to see the boat? There it is. It was a big box, wasn't it? Can you see they've made portholes and they've done painting and lots of sticking? Can you see that? And they've made a sail out of what? Pants. Do you think they were their daddy's pants? I think so. When he gets home from work, I think he will say, "Who's been playing with my pants?" So do you want to hear about their pretend adventure? Here we go. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a box on the living room floor. They sailed away for a year and a day, and these are the things that they saw. A wiggly squiggly eel dancing with a cheerful seal. A bottle bobbing by with a treasure map inside. Would you like to find a treasure map? Would you like to find the treasure? That would be great. They saw a shark in a spin with a cat on his fin. The little girl's drawing on the shark. Do you think that's a good idea? It's a good job they're just pretending. They saw an octopus dangling, a treasure chest jangling. Uh-oh, the octopus has got the little boy's leg. He's not having a good time. They saw a clownfish playing the flute in a bow tie and a suit. Look, some of the audience, they're eating popcorn. Do you think that would get soggy under the sea? Still, you can pretend anything, can't you? They saw a starfish in the sun, a naughty seagull having fun. Can you see what the seagull's done? Yep, he's taken the boy's glasses. They don't quite fit, do they? Wouldn't it be funny if we went to the sea and we looked up above us and there were lots of seagulls flying and they all had glasses on? They saw a lobster playing catch with a crab who likes to snatch. Ouch! The boy's got his nose pinched now. He really isn't having a good day. They saw A swordfish in a fight with a pirate late at night. I wonder who would win. They saw a puffin in a cap flying around the moon and back. That's a long way. Do you think the puffin's wings would ache? I think so. It's getting to night time. They saw a cave on the shore with a green seaweed door. Must be bedtime, I think. Yeah, bedtime. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a box without very much room. Then hand in hand they sailed back to land and slept by the light of the moon, the moon, the moon, and slept by the light of the moon. And can you see all of the things they used to play with? All the things they pretended with? You can see the sword. That would be for the pirate bit, wouldn't it? There are the glasses, there's the bottle, and there's the treasure map that went in it. And there's the tail, and there are the ears. And look, the teddy has got an eye patch. I think the teddy must have been the pirate. So they've had a fantastic time. They've pretended and they've dressed up, and now they're ready for bed. And maybe you can do some pretending too. If Mummy or Daddy have had a big box arrive at your house and they don't need it, maybe you could make a boat. Maybe you could paint and stick. Maybe you could pretend an adventure and sail out to sea. And maybe when you've had your adventure, you could find another book on your bookshelf and read it quietly and see if you can imagine that adventure. And maybe you could get Mummy and Daddy to read it with you or for you, and they can pretend the adventure too. So thank you so much for popping in to see me. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope you enjoy lots of stories as we have to stay away from things outside and we can just enjoy things in our imagination. Bye for now.